Fluent Talk Podcast.
From SayAndLearn.
So what if I told you that the biggest, most amazing transformations in your life don't actually come from these massive, dramatic changes? What if they come from the smallest, tiniest actions you take every single day? Well, that's the really powerful idea we're going to dig into today. Tiny changes, big results. You know, we've all been there, right? We've all bought into this idea that to really change your life, you need to make some massive effort, a complete overhaul of everything. But what if that's just a myth? What if the most profound, the most lasting change actually starts with something so small you almost don't even notice it? This quote really it gets to the heart of everything. It's not about one giant tidal wave of effort. Nope. It's about that relentless, steady drip, drip, drip of small actions that over time can literally carve a whole new path through even the hardest parts of your life. And that brings us to our first big idea, the power of tiny. Look, the goal here isn't to just pile more stuff onto your plate. It's about doing better, not more. It's about being really strategic with those small moments you already have. And here is the secret weapon, the 5-minute rule. Seriously, we all have 5 minutes. The second you tell yourself, okay, I'm just going to do this for 5 minutes, that huge wall of resistance you feel, it just starts to crumble. It's brilliant because it tackles the absolute hardest part of any task, just getting started. Okay, so what does this actually look like in real life? Let's walk through a typical day, and we'll start with the most critical part, your morning, because how you start your day so often dictates how you end up living your day. Look, this isn't about some drastic 5 a.m. club kind of transformation. Not at all. It's simply about claiming the first 10 minutes of the day for you. Before you grab your phone, before the emails start flooding in, before the world's demands come rushing at you, you hydrate, you move your body, you set a positive tone with just one line of gratitude. It's really the difference between owning your morning and letting your morning own you. Next up, let's spotlight a habit that is so simple, people often just dismiss it. But trust me, its power is absolutely profound, making your bed. So what's really going on when you do this? Well, on the surface, yeah, it's just a chore. But psychologically, it's your first victory of the day. This is what's known as a keystone habit. It's a small change that kicks off a chain reaction of other good behaviors. You're starting your day with a task that's already completed, which gives your brain this little hit of success and creates a ripple of momentum that you can carry into everything else you do. All right, let's take that morning momentum and carry it into the rest of the day. We're going to look at a few tiny actions that can boost your well-being from morning all the way till night. Here's a perfect example for you. Forget about the pressure of trying to read a whole book every week. The goal? Just 5 pages a day. That's it. It's so manageable, it's almost impossible to say no to, right? But what does that tiny, consistent effort actually add up to? This. It leads to this. 1,800 pages in a year. You know, that's something like 6 full-sized books. All of a sudden, that tiny little habit of reading 5 pages a day has turned you into a person who reads 6 books a year. You're just effortlessly expanding your world. Now, this next one is a crucial internal habit, your self-talk. The way you speak to yourself is it's fundamental. It's that simple but oh so profound shift from thinking, ugh, I can't do this, to I'm learning how to do this. That small change in your internal language builds a foundation of confidence that failure can't even shake. And hey, let's not forget these powerful, invisible habits. Just moving your body. I mean, even just standing up for a minute can completely shift your emotional state. And saying no, that's not selfish. It is absolutely essential for protecting your focus and your energy for what really matters. And truly listening, without just waiting for your turn to talk, that's a communication superpower. It really is. So, we've built some great momentum through the morning and the day. Now, how do we close it out with that same sense of purpose? Well, we do it by ending with intention, setting the stage for great rest, some reflection, and a successful tomorrow. This little 3-step routine is incredibly effective. Writing just one line of gratitude actually trains your brain to scan for the positives, not the negatives. Taking 5 minutes to plan your top priorities for tomorrow, that eliminates that morning decision fatigue. And finally, putting away the screens, that gives your mind the quiet space it desperately needs to truly rest and process the day. Okay, now let's zoom out. We've been looking at individual habits within a single day. But the real magic, the real secret sauce, happens when these tiny actions start to build on each other over weeks, months, and even years. This is the whole idea of the compounding you. You can think of it like compound interest in a bank account. Every single tiny positive action is like a small deposit you make in yourself. And at first, yeah, the returns are barely noticeable. But over time, they start to grow exponentially, building on each other in ways you couldn't have even predicted. And this is it's absolutely critical to remember. You're gonna miss a day. Life happens. Perfection is not the goal here. The goal is to just keep coming back. Consistency beats intensity every single time. The real strength isn't in never failing, it's in your ability to just restart, with no judgment. This visualizes the power of compound growth perfectly. I mean, just look at the difference between month 1 and month 6. It's good, but it's not huge. But then, look at that jump to month 12. The growth becomes explosive. This is the point where all those small daily efforts begin to pay off in massive ways. And this really just brings it all home, doesn't it? Success is not some one-time event. It is the sum of all the small, seemingly insignificant choices we make every single day. That is the ultimate takeaway. So, I'm going to leave you with this question. Forget about trying to overhaul your entire life tomorrow. Just based on what we've talked about, what is the one single tiny change you can commit to making today? Because that's where it all begins.